again, so because when we are like a post-meditation time, then you will have all different kind of emotion will arise, yeah? Because like especially when you are walking around in the market, or if you are going to the job, then so you will face all different kind of the situation, and then like when you are facing a different situation, when you see the different object, then from those moments, then all those like emotion will arise, this like attachment, and then that ignorance and the hatred, it will arise. Now, when we arise this kind of emotion, we will turning that emotion into a virtuous.
那当我们处于这个后禅期或者下座的时候的这个阶段、这个时段的时候呢，那肯定的我们各种的身心上的情绪跟烦恼肯定会升起。那比如说我们在市场上走路的时候，我们在工作的时候，各种各样的境况都会使我们能够引申我们心内的各种不同的情绪或者说是这个烦恼。因为有不同对象的升起，不同的境界的升起呢，我们的情绪和烦恼或贪或嗔或痴都会一一的升起。这时我们就要懂得把这些不同的对象、不同的这个所缘物呢，转化成为我们修道的资粮。
Like for example, when you are having a hatred or anger towards any object or any person, then what you think is like you will like since we all are ordinary person. So this emotion will arise because since we all are ordinary person, it will be arising, yeah? Because we are ordinary person. So due to that, so it is like out of control. So like out of control, it will pop up. When you face the situation, it will pop up. When you see that this kind of emotion arising, then what you think, and you just turn that emotion into a virtuous deed. Like so, may all the sentient beings anger, taking into my this emotion. So may all the sentient beings are free from anger. So that kind of the thought, which will turn that anger into a virtuous deed.
比如说我们举一个例子，当某一个人或者某一个对象物让我们感到生气或者感到嗔怒的时候呢，那因为我们还是凡夫嘛，我们还在修持当中，所以这个肯定会升起这个嗔怒等等这些烦恼的。那因为我们无法控制我们自己的心嘛，心念，所以当我们升起比如说嗔恨心这些烦恼的时候呢，我们必须要加以觉知。当我们觉照而有所觉知的时候呢，我们就能够把这些烦恼，比如说嗔呢，转化成为善法，或者说是这个功德。比如说当你产生嗔怒的心的时候呢，你要说愿我这个嗔念呢能够代表所有一切众生，所以一切众生的嗔恨心都发生在我的身上，以我这个的嗔的烦恼作为替代，那希望一切众生因此而得到自由或者说是解脱。这样的话，我们就能够把这个嗔恨心或者嗔怒的烦恼呢，直接转化成为这个修法的功德，或者说是这个善法。
Then in here, all these three emotions, that attachment and anger, ignorance, these three emotions, we call it here as poison. Because when we are talking about the poison, so normally, so when we talk about the poison, it is oftenly that which is not healthy, like for your body, so which that your body cannot digest that substance, then we call that is the poison for your body. Yeah, it is exactly similar, so that when we are having this kind of emotion, anger or attachment, and then that ignorance, all these three emotions, so which is making that your mind unclear.
所以呢，我们说这边所说的三境，也就是所说的贪、嗔跟痴呢，一般我们称之为三毒。之所以称之为毒呢，原因就是因为它就好像毒药一样，能够危害我们的身体的健康。一般所谓的毒，就是对我们的身体是不好的，对我们健康是有负面的影响的，所以称之为毒。我们身体不能够消化的，就是称之为毒。所以同样的，这个贪嗔痴慢疑升起的时候呢，也让我们的心得不到自由，我们心思不得清明。所以故此缘故呢，因为这样的缘故呢，所以称之为三毒。
So in here, so it has mentioned the three poisons because these three are the root for all different negative emotions. Sometimes that we call the five poison also. When we are calling a five poison, then you just add manjal, tato. It's like jealousy and the proud. So just add on top of these three.
所以呢，这三毒，因为三毒，之所以称为三根本烦恼，因为它是其他的烦恼的根本，所以贪嗔痴这三种，所以称之为三毒。那有时候是三毒再加上了两个，就是慢跟疑，所以贪嗔痴慢疑称之为五种根本烦恼，或者说是五毒。
So this is like how you engage. How you engage during your post meditation, like even if you are going in a market, even if you are going for a job, or even if you are going to wherever, restaurant, wherever, then all the negative emotion, when it arises, then you can still turn into a virtuous state. So this is like a method how to turn that like situation into that wrong situation into into your practice of this exchanging Bodhicitta mind.
所以呢，这个就是后禅修或者禅修后的阶段呢，下座的时候的主要的修法的诀窍。所以不管我们是在工作的时候也好，我们在市场百货公司的走路的时候也好，我们在吃饭的时候也好呢，等等的状况呢，我们就需要知道如何把这些种种不同的烦恼的境况、负面的情绪、负面的人事物呢，转化成为这个修道的资粮，也就是修成这个菩提心，把它转之为自他交换的诀窍跟这个修法。
So now here, since that we are talking about talking about post meditation period, because most of the people, because when we talk about like doing practice, and like most of the people, they always tell others that I don't have a time to practice because I have to work, and then always so busy. And so like we don't have a time to do practice. Yeah?
因为呢，我们说到这边是说所提的主要的要点就是后禅修的阶段，就是下座之后要应该怎么修，也是触定之后你要应该怎么修。因为很多人往往给这个借口说啊，我没有时间去修了，我很忙，我一直忙碌的做这个做那个，忙这个忙那个，所以我根本没有时间去静下心来去好好做我的功课，或者是好好修我的佛法。
And when we're talking about busy and job, so I would like to say one thing here, because when we are talking about the job, it's always about the best way to contribute to society. If you are doing any job, that means you are contributing to the society.
因为当 我们说到工作啊，或者是忙碌或者做事情的时候，那仁波切有话要说，有一句话要怎么说？要告诉大家，就是说，当我们说工作的时候，奉献的时候，我们往往就是这个方式，这种事业对我们来说是奉献，把我们自己奉献或者贡献给社会最好的方法，所以称之为工作嘛，或者说是事业。
And I have heard many people lost their job during this COVID-19 crisis. So I'm very sorry to hear that, because the job is also like one of the best way to contribute to our society.
那仁波切也知道，说在这个防疫的期间，那这段这个不是非典型，这个新冠肺炎的时候呢，大家很多人都失去了工作，仁波切感到很抱歉，因为这个工作嘛，我们的事业就是往往就是我们奉献社会，奉献我们的国家最好的方式。
So, and especially if you are working paid job, that means that you are surely benefiting others. Otherwise, they will not pay you.
那尤其是受薪人士嘛，他们会给你薪水，就正因为你有贡献，所以他们给你钱。如果你没有贡献的话，为什么要给你钱呢？
So even if you are doing like unpaid, like social work, obviously it's even more like benefiting other sentient beings. Yeah. So no matter whatever job you do, so you are always contributing, you are benefiting others.
所以不管你做什么，即便是做这社会社工的义工，那就更对社会的贡献，自然就是功不可没。不管你做什么都好，你做的东西就是对整个社会、整个国家有提升的作用、有贡献的，那个就是你的工作。
Then, like, if you think that way, if you think that way, then like your job is also not separated from your practice, especially if you are practicing a Bodhicitta mind.
所以如果你能够这样想的话，这样你就会知道说，其实你的工作就是你的修持，特别是当你修菩提心的时候，你的菩提心本身可以融入你的工作、你的生活当中，成为不二。
Only thing that what you should do is like you should change your motivation, your intention. That should be changed only, because like most of the time when normal people, when they go to job, they think that they are going to, they are doing this job for your own benefit. Yeah? Instead of thinking that, if you think, I want to do this job in order to benefit other sentient beings, other people, then it becomes a part of your practice. So it is like related with your practice. You can connect with your practice, each and every job.
所以不管你做什么工作，你所要改变就是你的心态，或者说是你的动机，或者说是你的发心，就是改变这个而已。因为一般人工作呢，他领一份薪水，他想要只是利益到自己而已，自己的薪水赚自己的钱给自己用。但是如果你是一个菩萨道的行者的话，你说你做这份工作不是为我利益我自己，而是为了利益到其他的如母众生。这样想的时候呢，你的功课，你佛法上的功课跟修持，就跟你的工作、跟你生活打成一片，结合在一起。所以这样的话呢，就变成了你修持菩提心最好的方法，就是你的工作，没有离开过你的生活跟工作。
But I'm not saying that you shouldn't be like taking a salary. Obviously, like so, since that you are working for that person or for that society, you can take the salary. But the main important part is your intention should be like more pure. Like instead of thinking for yourself, if you are thinking to benefit that society and that other sentient being, then so your work is becoming even more pure, and then like I think your work is also become more fruitful.
那么呢，仁波切的意思并不是叫各位不要去拿钱，就是如果你替别人打工或者替一个社团做工的话，你还是必须要领薪水的哈。他的意思是说， 你做工的时候，你付出的时候呢，你为的不是你自己而已，而是为了其他的如母众生。这样的话，你的动机会更加的纯净一点，或者清净一点。而且不只是如此，不只是你的动机更加的纯净、更加的正确，而且你的成果、你工作、你付出的成果，也更加的会获得这个更多的生产力，更有更正面的能量跟这个效果。
So, in fact, I would like to say that, like, benefiting other sentient beings is only the strategy to be successful. So, if you want to, like, if you want to successful in your whatever field you are doing your job, you must benefit other sentient beings. Otherwise, then you will be never succeed.
那仁波切会审视会说，那所谓的利他人是成功的不二法门，是成功的唯一的策略。因为如果你所做的东西是没有利益到任何一个众生的话，你肯定是不能够成功的。
Like for example, so even if you are doing a business, yeah. So like, or even if you're field in the entertainment field, or even if you're in the, like, religion field. So in order to, like, be successful, and then, like, you must benefit other people, yeah. So if you cannot benefit other people, like if you are selling a mobile phone or like books or like computer, whatever. So if you think more about what they needed, what other people needed, what will helpful for them, then they will be more appreciated. Then in like that your, I think that your business will be stable in the more longer terms. Yeah?
所以呢，当你能够想到利他的，有这个利他的心态的时候，你的所作所为呢，就比较能够确保会有这个成功的效果跟正面的成绩啊。比如说是你是卖书的啦，卖电脑的啦，卖这个手机的、手提电话的。那如果你是一心一意为你的顾客着想的话，为了满足你顾客的需求，为他们利益着想的话，这样的话，你的事业、你的生意量啊，你的这种客户流啊，肯定是比较稳定的，比较成功的，而且也比较有这个更光明、更稳定的长期的一个未来。
So what I mean to say here is like, so in our job field or in our life, every field you can practice this like Bodhicitta mind, and when we are practicing Bodhicitta mind, and especially this exchanging Bodhicitta mind, self with others, it's always like that, because even in like business, that you should put your customer like more important than yourself, isn't it?
所以呢，不管是你做什么工作啦，你从事这个娱乐界的，从事这个做生意的，乃至宗教界的，所以不管你做什么，你都可以将之作为这个修持菩提心的这种条件跟这个因缘，特别是修这个菩提心当中的自他交换法的时候，所以当你把你的客户的利益，比自己的利益更为重要的时候，有一句话说，客户永远都是对的。当你的策略是这样的时候，你往往就更容易成功。
And also for the entertainment field, all those like celebrities, they take their fans as a more important. Yeah. So like because of their fans, so they becoming famous. Yeah. So due to that, so in each and every field in our life, so there is a concept, there is a possibility to engage with your practice with this Bodhicitta mind.
所以你看那些著名的歌星、明星，这是娱乐界、娱乐圈的人士们呢，他们对他们的粉丝是非常的注重的，来的比自己更为重要。所以因为这样的缘故，他们往往受人欢迎、受人敬爱，所以有很多的粉丝，有很多的铁粉。 所以呢，这样的缘故，特别是我们把我们工作中的一切呢，都可以转换为这个自他交换的修持。那这样的话呢，就是我们的生活工作就自然的能够转成我们的菩提道上的这个修持。
So if you see that way, then you have full possibilities and time to do practice, this like a bodhicitta mind or whatever practice you do.
所以这样的话就能够转为道用，那生活中的一切工作上的一切细节，你都可以转之为菩提心，乃至于其他法门的修持，就转之为道用。
And in fact, so it is like even more great opportunity to engage with a real, like a real practical practice.
而且你更有很多的机会呢，跟契机，或者说是因缘条件呢，把一切的转为你正确的修持，往正确的修持的轨道上呢，容易聚集更多的资粮跟机会。
Okay, so this is like, then after that, it is saying that in one root text, it is saying, Tela temba kulwe chire cholam kudu tsikijong. Like in order to like remind yourself, then you should recite the words of practicing this exchanging bodhicitta mind.
然后下来的根本颂就是诸威仪此颂。那为了念之在之，念念亲密的提醒自己关于这个修心的诀窍，所以你一切的所作所为，一切生活的细节当中，你必须要念诵这个修心的这个偈颂，来提醒自己。
So in all activities, trained by applying slogans. Then when we are saying that, because like reciting this kind of the slogans, it's always so important.
所以我们就是说，诸威仪持诵，所谓的持诵就是持诵这个修心诀窍的这些偈颂，因为念诵这个偈颂啊，或者说是口语口号，是非常非常重要的。
Why I'm saying that is like in our life, in our life, vote is very important. Yeah? So like in order to engaging and communicating with the people or whatsoever, the vote is like one of the most important in our life.
为什么会这样说呢？因为我们的这个语言和文字啊，是我们跟别人交流、跟他人沟通、交心的最重要的工具之一，所以它是非常非常重要的。
Like even though that word is not really that you can see and you can touch, but we human beings have so much attachment towards the word.
虽然我们说这个文字是无形无相、不可捉摸的，但是呢，我们人类对这个语言文字的执着实在是太大太大了。
I think so. We all know about it. If someone said like a very like unpleasant word, like at the morning. So when you wake up, like at very morning, if someone said like something that unpleasant word to you, then whole day that your whole day might be not that pleasant.
那大家都有同样的经验吧，也都有经历过同样的事情。就比如说你早上起来的时候，有人对你说了一些不好听的坏话，或者不悦耳的言语的时候，你整天都是心情很不好，觉得糟透了。肯定有这样的这个经验在你生命中发生过。
So those kind of like in order to convince other people. So the most important is the vote. Yeah? So when we communicate with other people, then we can make them understand. So we can make them convinced also. So due to that, the vote is also very important, since that we have so much attachment towards the vote.
那所以当我们要跟别人沟通的时候，当我们尝试要说服别人、改变别人，或者是了解别人的意思的时候，我们必须要通过语言文字来达到这样的目的。因此，语言文字是非常重要的。正因为它的重要性呢，所以人类往往对这个语言文字有很大很大的执取跟挂碍。
It's like sometime that if someone said, you are looking so beautiful today. So, or maybe if those lady who has reached above 50, if someone said, oh, you look like a sweet 16 today. So they know that they don't really look like a sweet 16, but still, so they will be enjoying, they will be happy. Yeah? So this kind of the vote can make the difference, yeah? Impact from the vote.
所以语言文字它有不可思议的这种魔力吧，或者说是造成很大的影响。比如说别人称赞你的时候，你就觉得飘飘然了。所以我们说，中年的妇女如果超过50岁的话，那别人突然有一天称赞你说，哎，你今天看起来很漂亮哦，或者很帅啊，或者你看起来像16岁的妙龄少女一样那么的青春可爱。虽然你知道自己已经年过50了，不再那么的青春美丽，可是别人称赞你的时候，你还是觉得飘飘然的，觉得自己真的是像是青春少女一般的，非常有这种亮丽的，非常觉得开心的这种心情就会产生。
So, and also, so in order to feed the tendency, the word is also very important, because if you keep reciting those kind of slogan of practicing exchanging bodhicitta mind, if you keep reciting again and again, so someday, one time that it will slowly that it will becoming so it will build up so strong habit and tendency in your mind also.
所以这个语言文字，你要使它产生更大的威力的时候，你要不断的反复的去念同样的一个句子。所以这个修心的诀窍，它的记诵，它的口语标语，你不停的去念、去熏习的话呢，这样的话呢，直到有一天它成功的被植入你的脑袋当中的话呢，就变成一种串习的力量的话，所以这样的话就可以跟你的生命融合成为一体，然后更能发挥它的这个威力或者说是效果。
So, as it is said, someone that if you lie one time is a lie, and then the 2 times, 3 times, 100 times, then it becomes true. Yeah, true. It's exactly similar like that, because if you keep hearing that again and again, then you starting to believing on it. This is how our mental functioning. So due to that, reciting slogan is also very helpful for the practicing this exchanging bodhicitta mind.
所以有一句话说嘛，谎言说了1、2次、3次还是谎言，但是说到100遍的时候呢，谎言有它的可能性呢，被变成一种真理。所以同样的，那你听你自己反复念诵的这个偈语，越听越多的时候呢，就进入你的脑海中的话呢，你就会接受它，成为一个既有的这个事实。所以这个偈语的反复的念诵，就在于提醒自己的。所以这种偈语的念诵跟听闻，是一种非常有用的修行的这个方式，特别是在你修持这个自大交换的这个相对菩提心的时候。
So if you keep reciting those kind of the slogans, then slowly, then it will build up that tendency in your mind, in your heart. Then slowly, it will help to arise compassion and bodhicitta mind. It becoming easier.
所以当你不断的念诵，不断听闻自己念诵这些偈语、这些口号的时候，那你的心相续是朝着那个方向的趋势去走，去串习的。那这样的话，慈悲心啊、菩提心就更容易在你的心相续中缓缓的渐次的升起。
And it is also said in some sutra that there is also some formula that in practicing like also practicing loving and kindness with a word.
在一些经典当中，有说明说，当你重复一些充满慈悲心的爱语跟这个话语的时候，这个也是一种修行的方法。
Okay, so this is the post-meditation period. Then, like the post-meditation period, the first thing is what it is saying is like even if you are having all those negative emotions, so you can turn into a practice. And also like, and at the same time that you can just keep reciting all those exchanging Bodhicitta mind practice slogan, which will help you to build up all those tendencies.
所以在这个后禅修阶段下座的时候，有两个主要的修法，一个就是把这个一切负面的境况、人事物呢转化成为修行的资粮，把一切转为道用。第二个诀窍就是你重复的这些修心的偈颂、修持菩提心、自他交换的偈颂呢，不断的在脑海中升起、念诵，然后听闻，这样的话就能够产生这个正面的串习。
Okay, so then now we will go to the third point, because when we are talking about this 7th point of the mind training, the most important point is the second point, which is ultimate bodhicitta mind, and then this is like relative bodhicitta mind. Then after that, then the third point is also very important. Yeah.
现在我们直接去到第3点，因为当我们说到这个修心7要当中，最主要的是第二个诀窍，也就是这个修持究竟跟相对世俗菩提心。那个我们讲了，现在我们直接进入这个跳到第三点，修心7要的第3要。
And the third point is transforming adversity into the path of enlightenment.
那第3呢，就是取恶言成菩提道，或者转恶言为菩提。
So in here, so I would say like one thing is like because no matter like those like bodhisattva, no matter whatever situation, whomsoever they meet, so they can accept openly. That is like one of the best way to overcome with that situation.
这个菩萨，真正的菩萨，他不管面对何种人事物呢，他都能完全敞开心胸去接受那个人事物。所以不管任何的境况在他生命中发生的，他能够坦然的去接受。这个是菩萨最好的行持，这是修持菩萨道最好的方法。
Because we are saying bodhisattva, sattva means brave. Because in order to practice bodhicitta mind, you really need to be very brave.
当我们说这个菩提萨埵 （Bodhisattva）， 那人们就说这个 sattva 的意思就是觉有情当中的勇气。所以，当我们说你要做一个菩萨的时候，你要做一个觉悟的战士，就是必须要具足勇气跟信心。你是一个觉悟战士。
Because most of the time in our life, so when there is a different situation, the changes come. Like for example, like these days, like COVID-19, like COVID-19 crisis. So then like very difficult to accept it at the beginning.
所以当我们生命中一些状况改变的时候，一些困难发生的时候，特别是在这时候，这个新冠肺炎发生的时候，这个防疫的期间的时候，我们很难去接受这种突然而来的这个灾难，或者说是这个挑战，非常难。
And like most of the time, what we does is like when you face difficult situation, like we are trying to run away. So we're trying to run away. So like then, like obviously, so if it is like avoidable, if you can avoid it, then it's okay to okay to avoid it. But there is many of the time that situation which is that we cannot avoid. Then you have to face it. Then you have to accept it. Like most of the time, even if it cannot avoid, but still we cannot accept it in our life. So like this is the point gives you even more difficult, and even then it gives you like even more like mental stress.
所以生命中一些状况突变发生的时候，挑战产生的时候，那我们一般上我们所做的反应就是我们想逃。那有些东西当然可以逃的话，可以避免的话，可以防止的话，当然逃是最好的方法。那可是有些东西是避无可避、逃无可逃的时候，你就必须要加以面对了。可是这时候，如果即便是无法可逃、无处可逃，你还是不愿意去面对，还是想逃跑的话，那就为你的身心呢添加了莫须有的许多的压力跟紧绷的感觉，所以这是莫须有的。
For that also that like Shantideva, he has mentioned that always most of the masters, they quoted this word. It's very effective and very practical. Like if you can change it, then it's okay. No need to worry that you can change it. You have to work on it. And if you cannot change it, then you cannot do anything. Yeah? So like what is the point of the getting worried and getting depression? Yeah? So it's like just face it, accept it. This is like this is the way of dealing with the situation, accepting.
那吉田菩萨夏地列瓦讲了一句很充满智慧的一句眷语，那许多大师也认为这句话是相当有受用。这句话是这样说的，他说：如果你可以解决，你会把问题给解决的掉的话，那你根本不需要去担心，所以这时候担心是多余的。可是如果你不能够把问题给解决的话，你担心也没有用，那为什么要花时间去担心、去忧虑、去苦恼呢？所以不管怎么样的好，生命中所发生的一切，特别是挑战跟难题发生的时候，你所要做的是只是接受它，然后去面对它，然后把它解决掉，根本不需要去焦虑或者感到忧郁的。所以这个是吉田菩萨给我们的很好的、很棒的一个礼物，一个智慧的真理。
Then so mainly in here, so instead not just only accepting, and also turning into a positivity. So this is like what this third point is saying here.
所以这第三点所要讲的，不只是你要接受诸法的实况、现前当下的境况，而是你必须要懂得把它转之为道，就是转一切的恶缘，转一切挑战为菩提道用。
And for that, the root text it is saying, "Neju dipa khulvete chengen changchu lam tujur," means when all the world is filled with the evil, transform adversity into the path of enlightenment.
那下的寄颂是这样念的：罪满情去使恶缘成绝道。
Okay. Then in here, so it is said by the Chenhawa, that master, a disciple of the Dromtempa. So Chenhawa, he said to Shawogang in here, hello? Hello,
can you hear? Yes,
we can hear.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So in here it is said Shawogang. In a commentary, it is said Shawogang, but I think it must be Sharawa, that Master Sharawa, Chenhawa has talked to Sharawa that when you are facing physical sickness and like a mental suffering, if you have a mind if you have this instruction for the mind training, you can turn into all those like adversity into a like a blessing kind of.
所以呢，这个中东巴的弟子切高瓦，他曾经对他的弟子萨拉瓦就曾经说过，在一个经典说，当你的身心充满了苦恼，当你的身体生病的时候，当你的心灵苦恼的时候，如果你这个时候能够提起这个觉知，那修持这个修心的诀窍的话，那你就能够把问题给解决掉，会对为你带来莫大的功德跟这个受用。
And it is saying that like all this kind of the situation, all this like bad incident, so you can turn into a opportunity to receive blessing.
所以我们所说的这一边要点就是，你可以把一些这个不善的、不好的境况、这些挑战、这些危机，转化成为领受加持的契机跟最好的机会。
And here, he said that, so it's like a very, I think, like an important message here.
所以在这边呢，有很重要的讯息。
Because when we are very comfortable situation, if we are very comfortable, and then we don't really have this how to say renunciation kind of feeling, so it will be never able to arise.
因为当你很安逸的时候，很舒服、很自在的时候呢，你是绝对不会升起这个厌离心，也不会升起这个出离心的。出离心很难在安逸的时候，在你身心中升起。
And you will be never able to understand others' situation, others' suffering. If you are always in a very comfortable situation, you will be never able to understand other people's suffering.
如果你一直处于这个很安逸的、很愉悦的状况当中的话，你也无法感同身受去了解别人的苦难、别人的境况。
Then you will be not able to generate the true compassion towards them.
很自然了，你也无法对其他的众生、其他的人呢，升起这个纯正的这个慈悲心。
Yeah, that is like because when we are saying that like bodhicitta mind, arising bodhicitta mind, it is not that easy. Yeah? Even not only the bodhicitta mind, even the pure and great compassion in order to arise it, it is not that easy.
当我们说到要开启菩提心啊，要升起菩提心，那不要说是菩提心，即便是升起这个纯正的慈悲心的话，对我们来说是说易行难，很不容易的一件事情。
Because we are saying that like we need a lot of merit to real feel inside from your heart, and you really like pure bodhicitta mind and compassion to arise, you need a lot of merit. Without merit, it is not really possible to generate.
因为我们很需要很多的这个善法和功德、善根去升起真正的菩提心以及这个慈悲心。因为要不是有这样的足够的善缘跟福德的话，那我们是很难从我们内心深处呢升起纯正的无误的清净的这个菩提心跟慈悲心的。
First, we need merit. Then, second, we need a condition. Because in order to arise anything, there is always, according to the Buddhism, we explain two things. The first thing is karma and your merit. Then the second thing is condition is very important.
那下来呢，除了我们的这个术士的这个福德善根之外，第二个要点，我们就是需要一些良好的条件跟因缘，去让我们升起菩提心跟慈悲心。所以在佛教里面有谈到两个要点，一个就是业力因果，也就是过去我们所累积的这个福德善缘；第二个就是所谓的缘起法的我们的因缘我们这一次的因缘条件有没有把握得好？这个也是第二个很重要的一个要点。
So here, this suffering, like mentally suffering and like physical sickness, these are the conditions to arise those renunciation and compassion towards others.
所以这样的这个我们这个慈悲心的培养跟串习，也就是培养累积足够的善法跟因缘和条件呢，让我们去对这个众生呢升起真正的这个慈悲心。
And also, like Dharmakirti, the great master Dharmakirti, he said that Matsang Meju Telani Junde Kanki Goborne means like if all the cause and conditions gathered, so nobody can stop to arise the result.
因为这个 Dharmakirti 法称大师曾经说过，当因缘汇合的时候，没有人能够阻止这个果报的产生。
Like even no matter, even Buddha or like a demon, whomsoever wants to stop it, so no one will able to stop if the cause and conditions all are gathered together. Then so there is like this is the law of cause and effect.
当因缘汇合、因缘际会的时候，它必然会产生那个结果。不管是佛陀或者是恶魔，都不能够阻止这个结果的产生。
And if the cause and conditions are not gathered, no matter whomsoever, even the Buddha cannot make arise the result.
所以，如果是因缘不能够汇合，因缘不能够相遇的话，不能够串合相遇的话呢，即便是佛陀，也无法使你所要的结果去出现。
So, like this is like very important to understand because, like most of the time, that sometimes people are following with the faith. And then when we are saying the following with the faith means like they think like a little bit mix up idea with a God, Buddha as a God. And then they think like if Buddha wants, so if Buddha wants, he can do anything. That kind of the belief and thinking, people will be like even for the Buddhist, we have that kind of thinking.
因为有很多人往往有时候有一种想法，特别是佛教徒也会有这样的想法，他们以为佛陀就是上帝，所以佛陀要的话，要那个事情发生的话，佛陀就好像是无所不能上帝那样的，他肯定会使一些好的事情、好的结果去自然的产生。这类似于宿命论的这种说法，或者是上帝论的这种言辞，这种想法。
Okay, so in here we will question and answer.
下来我们来到这个问题的问答时间。
Is there any like unanswered question last time?
上次有没有一些问题是还没有答完的呢？
I thought there is some question, but I don't really remember.
仁波切记得应该有一些问题还没有答完的，但是不记得那个问题是什么了。
Okay. There's one from the Laurent and then as karma is individual and cannot be exchanged, can we effectively rid others of their suffering? Or when we wish, may my suffering rid other beings of theirs, can it actually affect others, or is it only to train our own state of mind?
这个问题就问说，仁波切说，既然我们的业是我们自己去承担、去做的，那这样的话，我们能否因为这样而改变别人？那是不是只要修心就好？那通过修心来转化自己的业缘，然后借此来改变整个这个世界呢？是不是这样？这个问题我没有看到这个问题，应该是这样子。
Yeah, so this is like true that like each of our karmas cannot depend on others, and that is very true because my karma it cannot depend on like anyone else. otherwise then like this law of cosmic condition that karma can be very deceiving.
是真的，就是说我个人的业由个人承担，所以我的业果不可能由别人来承受，是个别不相同的。所以要不然的话，就是我的业果会在他人身上发生的话，那就是不符合这个业力因果的法则了。
Because I always tell people that like if someone else karma can taken away by the like other people, then the Buddhas, all the Buddhas and Bodhisattva, so they will take away all the sentient beings and karma. They are ready to take away.
那目前常常说的，如果业力能够由别人取代或者由别人拿掉的话，那诸佛菩萨早就准备好去把一切的众生的业都根除得干干净净的。问题是根本不可能这样做到。
And it is not that like Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, they are not capable, but it is always, when we are talking about this kind of the thing, so it is always like from the both sides, two sides, because Buddha has power and compassion, but at the same time, those other people, they need also kind of like merit to receive their blessing.
这并不是说佛陀或者是诸佛菩萨没有这样的能力去达到这样的目的，而是说诸佛菩萨当然具有很大的神通、广大的力量跟大慈大悲心去这么做，可是这需要两方面的配合。那除了诸佛菩萨本身的加持力跟威德力跟慈悲力之外，那自己众生领受加持众生的本身呢，也要有足够的福德资粮，把自己的心打开，这样才能够得到这个诸佛菩萨的大慈大悲力的大神通力的加持。
So that is why I would say like obviously like individual karma cannot be taken by the other people, but at the same time those Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, so they can help, so they can bless. So if you have enough merit to receive it, like this is the what I think what correct way to answer that.
所以呢，能够回答这个问题最好的方法就是说，我们必须要说，虽然个人业不能由别人来承担或者来代替或者来拿掉、拿走或者取消，可是呢，因为当因缘际合的时候， 佛菩萨对我们有这个大慈大悲的这个胸怀感念，然后当有大神通力，那当众生准备好了，把心门敞开，去有足够的善缘跟这个福德资粮去接受诸佛菩萨的加持的时候，这样两者汇合的话，通过诸佛菩萨的加持，我们就能够把自己的业改变掉。
Okay, so obviously at the same time, the main purpose is also to train our mind also.
这个目的呢，其中一个目的也是为了要让我们修心，训练我们的心。
Okay, so is this the question answered? No, then other?
这个回答这个问题呢，回答了吗？还有没有其他的问题呢？
There is one sent. Is the exchanging of Bodhicitta just a visualization exercise, or will be really bear the negativity of a person? I think these are the same, similar question. Yeah?
这个问题问说，这个自他交换的观修法是真的能够承担其他众生的业吗？人们就说这个上次应该是答过这个问题是吧？
Because mainly like in here, it's mainly that first we will start with the visualization, like visualizing that you are taking all the negativity from the others, and at the same time that you are giving all the positivity from yourself. Then then in a real life also, in like a more like a real life actual. So you can, if you can, so it's within your capability, so you can practice as well.
所以呢，这是在观修的时候，你就把那个众生不好的这些不要的这些痛苦跟烦恼都给吸进来，然后把自己的功德、自己的福运都送出去给如母众生。那当你如果在日常生活中能够这样观修的话，那是最好不过。 看见有什么？
So we will take 3 minute break, so then people can go for the question.
我们现在休息3分钟，可以上洗手间一下，休息一会。3分钟之后我们再继续哦。
Can you hear me?
We could not hear clearly. It seems that there's some internet problem in your side, Rinpoche.
You cannot hear clearly?
Oh, I could hear clearly now, but previously it's not so clear. But now it's okay.
It's okay. 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 Good. Good. Okay. Then our translator.
Yeah. Can hear me. Yeah. Can hear me.
Okay. So now, so when we are talking about this, like transforming adversity into the path of enlightenment, there is a two-way. The two things that first is that motivation, motivation, turning samba. Okay, all the thoughts, like whatever thoughts will arise, so that we were transforming into a path of enlightenment. Then the second is jorwa, is more like action.
那这边有两个方法或者两个诀窍或者两个要点。那第一个就是不管我们升起怎么样的念头，我们都必须要把它一一的消融，转为成这个菩提心，转为成觉悟之心。第二个就是不管我们的所作所为，我们身口意的这个作为行持，都一一的转化为成佛道上的修持。所以这两个，一个是念头，一个是我们的所作所为。
Then when we talk about this thought, then there is two. Again, there is two. The first is with a relative bodhicitta mind, you are transforming all the thoughts into a path of enlightenment, and then with the ultimate bodhicitta mind, you are transforming all the thoughts into a path of enlightenment too.
所以呢，这个转化意念的方法有两个，一个就是通过这个相对菩提心呢，转一切念头为菩提；然后第二个就是通过究竟菩提心、生理空性菩提心呢，转一切念为这个道用。
Then first that with a relative bodhicitta mind, transforming thought into a path of enlightenment, is that.
那所谓的这个转这个菩提心，这个第一个把通过相对世俗菩提心修持，把这个念头转化为菩提道的方法呢
？Means drive all the blames into one.
就是报应皆归一。
So, yeah, this is like very important, yeah? Because normally in our life, so we always like to blame on others.
那这一点非常的重要，因为我们的生命中，我们生活中很喜欢去抱怨别人呢，把过错归咎在别人的身上，而常常没有回归过头来检视自己。
So all the fault, whatever you did, people will blame on others, and all the action, good thing, whatever they have done, you would like to take the credit from them. Yeah? This is like how normally in our like society, in our human life, it happens.
人类的社会的运作的方式往往就是这样的。当有错误发生的时候呢，我们往往是喜欢去责怪别人，去抱怨别人。可是当有这个荣耀、值得骄傲的事情，别人 使这个事情发生的时候，我们喜欢归功于我们自己。我们说这个是我因为有我们的存在，所以才有这样的一个好的事情、成功的事情的发生。
And also we think that we are smart. Yeah? If you're able to take the other people's credit, you think, oh, now I'm very smart that I have taken other people's credit. Yeah? This is like how we think.
当别人做过的好事，你却说是你自己做的，你喜欢归功于你自己，占了别人的这个光芒，你却认为说这个就是你是比别人更聪明的。
In here, now what it is saying here is like you should like distinguish that you should distinguish between the Dasin Ruche. Dasin Ruche means like Da means enemy and the friend. You have to distinguish your enemy and your friend.
在这边他告诉我们说，要把敌人跟朋友这两者要分得清清楚楚，什么是你的敌人，什么是你的朋友。
So for that, so there is a two way in order to distinguish this enemy and friend. The first thing it is saying that your real enemy is yourself.
这边有2点，如何分辨清楚敌人跟朋友呢？那第一个要点，他就告诉我们说，我们最大的敌人，真正的敌人，其实是我们自己本身。
So, if we think carefully, so it is like a very sensible, very reasonable, very logical. If we think like your real enemy is yourself, that especially that self-clinging.
当我们细细的去思维这句话的意思的时候，他说，我们最大的敌人是我们自己，特别是我们自己对事物的执取。这句话相当有用，相当符合逻辑，相当有意思，相当有理性。
Because when we say here, self means self-clinging. So when we're talking here, self means self-clinging.
当我们说这边所谓的我的时候，就是谈的就是我执，所以我执是我们最大的敌人。
Because we can, if we think, it really makes sense. Yeah? Because like from the moment that you're taking birth from your mother's womb, so like for whom that you're walking, for whom, for what that you are facing all this kind of the trouble.
所以呢，你去思维一下的时候呢，你就会觉得相当有意义的，因为呢，你从这个母胎开始啊，你就是为谁辛苦，为谁忙呢？你在为谁工作呢？
If we think like that, then we can understand that in order to feed myself, when I'm feeling hungry, in order to feed myself, then you are searching for the food. In order to put clothes on myself, you are buying clothes, and then in order to buy the clothes, you will go and earn for money, and all those kind of the trouble, all the trouble is only you are facing all the trouble for you only. Yeah?
所以自处娘胎以来呢，我们在为谁辛苦为谁忙呢？我们想。为了要养活我们自己，喂饱我们自己，为了要穿好的衣服，我们辛辛苦苦的、汲汲营营的，就是要自私自利，为的就是这个原因，为了喂饱我们的自我而已。
So if we think carefully, if we think like that, then I always called that self, what we call the self, is the most precious troublemaker.
然后仁波切常常说，我们这个自我，我们的我只是最珍贵的烦恼的制造者。 问题的制造者。
That self is most precious for you, yeah? So you take it as the most precious, and all the trouble because of him. So then it's like most precious troublemaker. This is the self.
那我们把我们的自我、我们的我执当作是最珍贵的、最珍惜的对象，那这个我们所珍惜的自我，却是最大的麻烦的制造者，最大的问题的制造者，所以称之为最珍贵的问题的制造者。
Then, and like one thing is that, then so most precious, due to that, like most of the time, people never investigate about self.
因为我们把我执当成是这么珍贵的一个对象物，所以我们往往去审查它，去检验它到底是什么。
So we will never like most of our normal people, they will never investigate where self is. They never think about that. They just simply accept there is a self, and then they just keep running to feed and to accommodate this self.
一般人往往不会去想说这个我是不是真实存在的，这个我到底存在在什么地方，所以一般人都不会去做这样的反省的、检验的这个功夫跟思考。所以一般人忙忙碌碌的、汲汲营营的，就是喂养，就是喂饱这个自以为是的这个自我，这个我执。
So that is why the real enemy, the real troublemaker is the self, especially that self-clinging.
所以故此，我们称我们的这个自我呢是最大的敌人。自我尤其是我执，对自我的执取，才是我们最大的敌人、最大的怨敌、最大的问题制造者。
Then like for normal people that they are like so scared, they are so afraid not finding self, because so they have take it. Self is so important and so precious. Now they are afraid of losing it. So they never dare to like investigate where is this self.
一般人呢找不到有这个自我的感觉的话，他们就失去了安全感，觉得非常的恐慌跟这个害怕，因为他们把这个自我这个我执当作是那么的珍贵。那么的弥足珍贵，一旦失去了这个我的话呢，他们就觉得非常的焦虑，跟感觉的很不安全，很恐慌。
So, like this is like what in Buddhism is talking about. So, if the self is the most precious for each and every one of us, but where it is. Like we should know where it is and how it is.
所以佛教就告诉我们说，既然这个自我的感觉，这种自我感，这个我执，对每个众生来说都是那么的重要的，那很重要的，更重要就是我们要找出这个我在什么地方啊，它的形貌状相到底是怎么样的一回事，我们必须要知道这一点，不是吗？
So if we look at, if we search for where it is, then you will never find, but still that you will cling on it. You will like grasping on it, holding on it, and then you are fighting with the others, and you are lying, and then you are like doing all the wrong and non-virtuous deed.
所以呢，我们找不到一个我的真实的存在，我们在全身上下找不到一个真实的我，可是我们还是认为它是弥足珍贵的，就因为我们执假为实，这个真实的自我并不实存，可是我们还是为了它跟别人起纠纷、斗争、对立，然后撒谎，然后造作了一大堆的这个恶业跟这个烦恼以及不善法。
So, like a Buddhism, it is saying that those people who have like a stronger, very strong negative emotion, they are like I would say they are like very dangerous for this world.
那个很强自我众生的自我的习气很强的，自我习气很强的那些众生，人们就会说，他们对这个世界上所造作的危害是非常非常巨大的。
Those like selfish and those selfish people is very dangerous for this world also.
那些自私自利的人呢，对这个世界的破坏力、伤害力也是非常巨大的。
And because so those like selfish and self-centered people, they will destroy this world. So they are like terrorists, terrorists for this world.
因为这些自私自利的人呢，他们的能力大到能够破坏整个世界，他们就是这个世界，我们的地球的最大的恐怖分子。
Why I'm saying like terrorists is because of those like selfish people. So like we like so nowadays, so we are facing so many problems like a natural disaster, like a flooding, all those like global warming, all those because of the we are being selfish and we are not thinking for the others.
为什么这样说呢？因为我们看到，我们现在全球的问题之所以会发生，比如说是天灾人祸啦，比如说是这个水灾啦，比如说这个全球的温室效应等等的，那其实都是因为人类自私自利的心态所造作的一种结果，不顾自然生态所造作的一种结果。
Because in a like Buddhism, what word we use is like a degeneration. So when we when the negative emotion will be more arising, and which will degenerate, so all the negativity will arise. So which means like destroying the world, and so this is also in our way of explaining that like being selfish and being those like those people who have very negativity in mind. So it's very harmful for the world also.
所以佛经里面呢，把我们现在这个时代称之为末法时代。之所以末法，因为人类这个对世界有影响力的这些人类呢，这些人们呢，都非常的自私自利、暴虐无比，然后充满了烦恼炽盛，很多的烦恼在心中，所以对这个世界造成了莫大的破坏跟伤害，所以称之为这个末法时代。
So now in the text it is saying, from till now, that we didn't really recognize who is the real enemy. So due to that, we cherish so much this self. We cherish so much this self. Now in this like Buddha's teaching, now we came to know the real enemy is not other. The self is the real enemy. So whatever blame you have to blame on the self. And now that I will not let you control over me. This is how we train ourselves.
那这边就说到我们如何通过这个寄送来修行呢？也就是说，自此无始以来，我们对这个自我都感到无比的珍贵跟珍重。那我们以为这个自我是实存的，不知道其实这个自我乃至于说我只是最大的怨敌。所以我们知道了，现在自我是最大，特别是我只是最大的怨敌、最大的敌人、最大的问题制造者之后呢，那我们就发愿说，从今天开始，我们就不要相信这个自我，不再让自我、我的我执呢操控我们自己了，就是我们要当家做主。 不再跟着我们的我执去打转。
And it is said that in the whole Mahayana teaching, the purpose of Mahayana teaching is two purposes. Like one is to discard this self-clinging, discard, and then the other is like a benefit other sentient being.
那整个大乘的精华，它的要旨不出于两个，一个就是舍弃掉这个自我感，舍弃这个我执，达到无我；第二就是纯粹的利他，去利乐其他一切的众生，利乐一切有情。
Why we are saying that is because all the Buddha's sutra and shastra, it has been taught in order to eliminate all the negative emotion. Like for example, there is a new number, like 84,000. Yeah? There is 84,000 different emotions. In order to subdue and eliminate those negative emotions, all the Buddha's teaching has been taught by for that purpose only.
那一切的经论 Sutra 跟 Shastra 都告诉我们说，因为众生有84000种不同的烦恼，所以呢，为了熄灭这84000种烦恼呢，佛陀说了种种的法门跟诀窍。
So if we make it less, so it can be concluded into all those 84,000 negative emotions into 212. And even more if you want to summarize, and it can be counted as a it's like 6 root and then like 20 20 close one.
那84000种烦恼呢？如果你再去分类它的话呢，可以一共判别分类为221种烦恼。这221种烦恼的话呢，再细细的分开的话，就只有6种根本烦恼以及20种随烦恼。
So even that also, if we summarize, and it can be included into 5 poison or 3 poison.
那再细分的话，就可以称之为5毒，或者再细一点就是3毒。
And even that, all those 3 poison or 5 poison also included into one is self-clinging.
5毒或3毒再细分的话，就是只有一个了，剩下一个就是我执。
So it is saying here, so if you can discard self-clinging more bigger, so you will have a bigger happiness. If you can subdue medium, you will have a medium happiness. If you can eliminate small part, you will have a small happiness. This is what saying here.
那这边就告诉我们说，如果你能够稍微的去熄灭这个我执的话，你就会得到一点点的快乐。如果你以中等的形式去熄灭这个我执的话，你就获得了中等的安乐。如果你在最大的程度上能够完全熄灭了我执的话，那你就得到最大的自由跟最极致的安乐。
So then when we are talking about the self-clinging, so we often that cling, self-union of body and mind.
当我们说到这个我执的时候，我们谈到的这个个体都是一个身心的一种结合，我们称之为这个我。
And here it is saying, since that we are clinging self on the body and mind, then first we should again that eliminate attachment towards your body.
那对这两者就是身体跟心，我们称之为实体的身体和心呢，首先我们要断除的就是我们对身体的执着。
It is saying that, Shantideva has said that because of this body, and then we have so much fear, and then we have so much and all those negative emotions. Due to that, so like this body, that we should take it as a enemy.
那吉天菩萨山梯列瓦就曾经说过，正因为我们有这个身体，所以我们产生了许许多多莫须有的恐惧跟烦恼。因此呢，我们可以把身体称之为或者当作是我们最大的敌人。
So, like which is like if we think carefully, so we can see, we can feel also, we can understand that. So we have so much attachment towards this body. Because of that, so now like whatever we are wearing, whatever we are eating, so then applying all those things for the sake of this body only. So because of this body, now we have to like gather and to own all those like food and clothes and cream or whatsoever, everything.
那这一点呢，我们绝对是可以去感觉到、去思维到、去感受得到的。因为为我们这个身体，我们要吃东西，也是为了要养活这个、喂养这个身体。我们穿好的、吃好的、用好的，无非都是要满足我们的身体种种的需求跟这个欲望。所以这一点，我们是绝对可以通过我们身体上种种的需求，了解这种需求呢，去感受到这一句话的它的重要性跟意义所在。
So it is saying that no matter what you do, like how much you cherish this body is just Khenpo means the matter. So like this body will no kind of senses and appreciation, like no matter how much you cherish. And then your mind itself is not it's also not truly existing. It is also a kind of emptiness. So due to that, both your body and your mind that you should not be attached. These are all these are all impermanent.
那我们的身体呢，到最后，不管你多么的照顾它，多么的去珍惜它，去珍爱它，去服侍它，它到最后都是一具臭皮囊，它就是物质性的一种存在体而已，它不会回馈你，也不会感恩你。那回过头来谈到我们的心，我们的心的究竟的实相就是空性，空性是了无所得的，是空无自性的，所以这两者身心它本身就是空的，所以就这样而言呢，我们知道这两者皆为空的实相的话，因此我们对我们的身体，对我们的心，切莫升起太多的执着跟这个挂碍。
So the main purpose, it is what it is saying here is like, in order to practice like a Bodhicitta mind, you should able to recognize that yourself as the enemy. And so this like Tawopa, maybe like Sharawa, maybe he is similar. In this commentary, it's always saying Shapopa. So whatever. So he is saying that until you recognize self as your enemy, no matter whomsoever praise you, it is all pointless.
这个，所以呢，我们必须要把我们的这个自我，特别是我执，当做是我们最大的、最真实的敌人。夏拉瓦就是说，就在他的释论里面就说过，那一直到你能够认证到或者清楚的知道你的自我是最大的敌人为止，不管别人对你的称赞，称赞你是多么好的一个人，那些话都是空话，都是毫无意义的，直至你认为。直至你正确的知道你的自我是你最大的敌人为止。
And once you're able to recognize that yourself as the enemy, then all the benefit will happen. This is what Sharawa said.
那夏拉瓦也继续的说，如果你能够认真到清楚的知道说你的自我真爱感，你的这个我只是最大的愿体的话，那从那时候开始，你才会获得了真正的利乐和安乐。
Then he said that, like, once you recognize self as the enemy, then no matter Buddha or unhuman, all those whomsoever wants to harm you, so they are harming your enemy. They are not harming you, they are harming your enemy.
所以如果你很清楚的知道，清楚了悟到这个自我是空无自性的，是你最大的敌人的话，所以不管是佛陀也好，人啊、非人啊、天魔等的外道要伤害你的时候，他们其实伤害到的是你的假我，你这个自以为是的这个我执，而不是真正的你本身。
So this is what it is saying, like, so whomsoever trying to harm you, so now you take it into like a part of enlightenment. They are like, they are not harming you, they are harming your enemy. Once you are capable to see that self as your enemy.
所以这边你如果将之转为盗用的话，那这边就说你能够把，如果有人要害你的话，不管他是谁，他们所真正的害到你的是这个假我，是这个不是真实的这个我，那个我才是你最大的敌人。所以倒回头来，他帮了你一下，所以这个是转恶缘成觉道，是转一切为盗用的最大的诀窍的修法，就是把这个敌人对我们的伤害呢，转化成对我们的假我，对我们这个我执最大的伤害，就是转之为盗用，转取恶缘为菩提道。
And then sometime then there is another master called Geshe Ben. So he is like his method, like all those like positive thinking. So he take it as like benefiting others and all those like positivity thinking. He take it as a friend, and all those like negativity thinking. So he take it as an enemy. Then he is like practicing in his like hand, two hand like this.
这个 Geshe Ben， 他就说一切的善念善法，他都当成是他的善友好朋友，一切的恶念恶法都当之成为这个怨敌，所以他以这两只手互相的交换呢，来做这个修持、修习或者是练习。
Like then like one is that you are taking and one is you are like taking out.
一只手是用来取，一只手是用来舍，就是把它丢掉的意思。
So and also like so this type of also practice, like when you do also practicing exchanging bodhicitta mind, and especially like whatever practice, like even for the generosity, you are just like one is that you take it as a self, and one is you take it as other, and then then you are like giving to each other like that.
所以特别是当你修这个自他交换的时候呢，一只手是拿来取的，一个是拿来给予的、付出的，一个是拿来吸收的。所以当你修这，比如说布施的时候，也是同样的这个修法。
And these are mainly that first point is mainly saying that you should take self-clinging, that self as your enemy. And now is the second point is that Kula Kadin Chevergam means meditate on great kindness to all.
然后呢，第一个诀窍要点呢，就是要把这个我执观修成，或者真正的观成是这个所谓的这个怨敌，最大的这个敌人就是我们的这个我。然后第二个诀窍，第二个要点呢，就是说要与一切就是对一切众生升起这个大恩心，对他们有升起这个感恩心。
So here it is saying that like all the good thing, so all the good thing is happiness, it's coming from the other. So due to that, so like you should take other sentient being, all others as very that you should be grateful to others.
因为这边告诉我们说呢，我们生命中好的事情的发生，都是因为他人的缘故，所以才会产生。所以我们必须要对一切众生呢，都有这个感恩心，要随喜，要赞叹他们，要对他们升起感恩心。
So it is also like when you think, when we think, so it makes sense again, yeah. Because so in here, so when we are talking about taking self as an enemy and all other people, other sentient beings as your friend, so not just saying it, but with a reason. So it is saying here.
所以如果你细细的去思维的话，这句话是非常符合逻辑，非常的有意义的。因为这边所谓的把自我当成是敌人，把众生当作是善友，这边不是嘴巴上说说，而是必须要是真正的去身体力行，自己有所体验而感同身受的。所以这边所讲的比较是实际的体验，而不是嘴巴讲的空话而已。
Yeah, because in here, it is saying that the same reason that us, we have explained at the previous session, that all the sentient beings were your parents, and then they were kind to you. So like due to that, so like due to that, so that you have to appreciate, and then you have to take all other sentient beings as your friend.
所以就如之前仁波切告诉我们的，就是我们必须要知道说，无始以来众生，所有的众生都曾经做过我们的父亲母亲，就这样的缘故，他对我们是无比的大慈大悲的，所以我们必须要对他们有那种报恩的情怀，要感念他们对我们的恩德。所以呢，这一边视一切众生为善友，是最符合这样的一种说法的。所以我们必须要随喜赞叹一切众生的恩德。那以一切众生修大恩的意思就是这个。
And it is also saying that all other sentient beings like all other sentient beings, when they were your parents, so they did so many like negativity for the sake of benefiting me. So due to that, I have a responsibility for their suffering in this samsara.
正因为一切众生都曾经做过我们的父母亲，他对我们的恩德不只是对我们好，而且为我们的好而造作了许许多多的罪业，所以至今堕落轮回在这个三界苦海中，头出夺没而不得解脱。所以为了解救这个如父如母众生呢，我们更应该努力的去修持佛道呢，来帮助和利乐他们。
So due to that, like whatsoever like happening to them, like whatsoever, like especially during this kind of the period, since like everybody is having so many problems with this COVID-19 and like a natural disaster, like water flooding everywhere in different countries. So you can take like all this like negativity on yourself, and then you can just make a wishes. May all those are free from all those kind of the bad circumstances.
特别是目前这个非常时期，那我们天灾人祸频繁，特别是这个新冠肺炎的防疫期间，这个病毒四处的肆虐泛滥，然后有一些水灾在各地各个国家都不断的在发生，所以特别在这个非常时期的时间，这段时期当中呢，你更应该关心说，愿一切的这个天灾人祸、世界的苦难都由我一个人来去承担啊！希望我所得到的福乐、我的自由、我的功德，都让一切众生如父如母众生去享用，去得到他们应有的利乐。这样的观修是最好的，在目前这段时期。
And also that thinking that like even for myself, for the next life, whatsoever all those like negativity, negative karma supposed to be reaping in the next life, so it may reaping within this life and within this period of the time, and then like in the next life that you don't have to experience all those negativity karma.
即便是对我们自身而言，那因为我们这一次的恶缘恶行所可能遭受到的未来世的这个恶果，你都发愿说，愿这些恶果呢，在现实在当下立刻的在我身上发生，以便能够避免在未来世再去承受这样的这个苦果跟恶报。所以希望我以后的恶果呢，迅速在我此生当下立刻的承受起来，立刻的在我现前显现。
And again, that now these are mainly for that like human beings, yeah. So like even like those non-human beings, and you can just like invite them, and then you can think of like even for those non-human beings, they were also your parents in your previous life also.
这边说的是人，那所谓的非人那些天魔啊、鬼神、魑魅魍魉这些，你也必须要去观修，说你邀请他们到了你的前面，因为他们也和你人生的这个前世的所谓的父母一样，他们都曾经做过我们的父母亲，他们对我们也是有大恩大德的。
And they were your parents before, and also it is like a countless time that you have eaten their meat and eaten like using their skin for the clothes, and then so you have taken their belongings as well like that. So you give them like you owe them so much.
所以对这些非人不是人的这个动物啊、畜生道的这个众生，特别是你曾经吃过他们的肉，你把他们的皮制成衣服来穿，你把他们所拥有的一切都给剥夺掉，都给夺走了，所以你亏欠他们太多太多了。所以这时候你应该要想想如何去偿还他们所给能够施予你的这一切的福乐呢？如何去偿还他们这些恩德？
Things that you have taken their life and eaten their meat and using their skin so many times. So now this time that please, so since you owe them so much, so please take my body, and take my meat, and take this blood or bone. So these are so as a debt for whatever I have done to you. So this is also here.
所以这些畜生道的众生，那我们从过去世的一直到今天，我们吃他们的肉，喝他们的血，然后把他们皮当成衣服来穿，等等这些呢，我们这一世为了要偿还他们的恩德的缘故呢，所以我们现在发愿，希望我们的皮肉、我们的血、我们的骨髓、我们身体上的种种的一切呢，我们都供养出去了，为了回报偿还他们对我们的这个恩德跟这个慈悲，因此我们必须要发愿如是的思维，如是的观修。
And when you repay, like when you offer your body to them, then so your debt will be repaid, and then their anger will be pacified, and then all your negativity will be purified.
所以当你如此的观修，去把你的身体所有的皮肉、骨髓等等去布施偿还他们这些恩德之后呢，这样的话，这些众生的嗔恨心、嗔怒心也因此会得到熄灭，然后你所欠过的这些业债也都一一的偿还，那你的恶业也会因此而得到熄灭跟清净。
But in here, so when we are saying that this kind of the practice, so it's mainly that so you can practice with the visualization, not in brain, because not in the real. Because why I'm saying that is until you get the first bhumi, that you are not capable to give your body in the real.
所以这边要大家注意一下，不是叫你真的去把这个皮肉啊、骨髓啊切割出来，去还给这些众生，不是这个意思。因为这边所做的主要是观修的这种手法，或者观修的这些内容跟修法。因为一直到你得到初地的菩萨位为止，你都是还是很珍惜、很保爱你这个身体、这个色身、这个臭皮囊。所以一直到你证到初地的果地这个境界为止，千万不要去真的去这么做。
But this kind of the practice normally, so it comes more in Vajrayana practice, church kind of lujin. So they call it the lujin body offering, and then a different practice kusali tso, means kusali accumulation. Those kind of the practice, it often comes, but in here. So this is a Sutrayana practice, but still in here, it is the idea of offering body is using here also in order to practice this exchanging bodhicitta mind.
所以这边主要是精称的这个修法，这个自他交换的菩提心的这个修法，但是这个金刚乘里面有一些断行法，或者是古萨里的这个把自己的身体的布施出去给其他众生的这种比较特殊的不共的修持的法门跟要诀，但是我们这边谈的是一个大乘的修行的诀窍，所以大乘的修行诀窍，可是你看起来都是有这种金刚乘的味道，就是把自己的身体布施施舍出去供养，然后偿还一切众生的业债等等这些都有。
So, so whatsoever at the end, so like Geshe Langri Tamba. So he said, Geshe Langri Tamba, he said, like no matter like how deep and precious bit instruction or teaching it is, if you open and look at and like study it, there is always all the fault is yours and all the good quality is others. This is the true meaning that you will find in all those like pit instruction and the sacred teachings of the Buddha.
这格西拉的唐巴就说过这句话：一切诸佛的教诲，以及一切的这个修心口诀、修心的诀窍，不管这个修心的诀窍跟口诀是有多么的，多么的奥义，多么有多么深的奥义，多么的重要，多么的珍贵，它都不会离开这两层意思。那第一层意思就是说，一切的罪业，一切的不好的事情，一切负面的罪业都归我自己所有。然后第二个要点，第二个诀窍，一切的功德，一切的善法都归其他众生所有。所以所有的诀窍，所有佛陀的教法，所有的修行的诀窍，从来都不会离开这两个重要的内容。
So then again that Geshe, this Shawapa, I think this is in this commentary always using as a Shabova. I think it is more sounds like a Sharawa. So he is saying that in case like if you find something more precious than that what we just said now, then something is not accurate.
那这个我们这边这个论点有这个四论有说夏波巴，但一般是说只是夏拉瓦。这夏拉瓦大师就说，如果你找到比刚才我们所谈论这两点更重要的、更殊胜的诀窍的话，那肯定你所找到那个诀窍是错误的，肯定是不对的，有地方是不对的。如果你认为你找到的诀窍是比之前这两点更为重要、更为殊胜的话，那你所找到的最新的这个诀窍肯定是错误的。
So we will stop here till that like transforming thought with relative Bodhicitta mind, relative Bodhicitta mind.
我们就讲到这边，就是在修持如何转这个恶念、转妄念或者转我们的念头为这个菩提道，就是如何通过菩提相对世俗菩提心修持而达到这样的一个要点。
And then I found there is one like a slogan by that Einstein. He said that when we survey our life, when we observe the most of our action in our life is bound up with other human beings. Bound up with other human beings. Like for example, we eat food like other people have grown. Like we are eating the food from which has been grown by the farmer. And we are staying in the house which has built by the architect and all those construction worker. We are wearing a cloth. So which is made by the other company, factories. So if we look at that in this way, so what Buddhism here just now said, other sentient beings are your friend. It's very corresponding, because whatever happiness we are enjoying, it all comes from the other people.
就让仁波切想起了这爱因斯坦所讲过的一句话。那爱因斯坦说呢，我们现在所得到的一切呢，都是来自于其他人的所作所为，其他人的付出而有的。 比如说我们现在吃的米饭都是别人农夫所种的稻米所有的一种结果。那别人为我们做菜做饭，才有我们今天有好吃的东西可以吃。那我们这个住的屋子、房屋都是别人工程师、建筑师为我们建造的，所以我们才有这个房子可以住。那我们所穿的衣服都是制衣厂、织布厂所为我们制造设计出来的衣服，所以我们的衣食住行无疑不是靠别人的奉献才有的。所以今天我们的种种的利乐跟受用都是别人的恩德，这就是跟佛陀说的，必须要把一切众生当作是我们的善友，就是当作是我们的朋友，以一切众生为善友。这句话它的意义跟要点正是不谋而合，相当的吻合的。
And for like a worldly concept, so whatsoever that so we are enjoying, so today that we are enjoying the technology, like a computer and all those. So these are all made. These are all invented by the other people. So we are actually enjoying other people's hard work. Yeah.
那就算是现代的世界的社会的状况也莫不如此。那比如说我们现今所有的福乐，工业上、科技上的成就，所有的这个科技上的福乐，比如说电脑电子计算机等等这些的这种享乐，我们的应用、我们的受用，无疑不是别人的发明跟创造出来的，就是别人含辛茹苦的努力，我们才有得到今天我们种种的方便跟福利。所以我们的一切的受用跟功德都是源自于其他的众生、其他的人。
And also we are enjoying, we are practicing Buddha Dharma, which Buddha did so much investigate, and then which he found with a lot of his his intelligence and his survey and his hard work. Now we are so enjoying whatever he said that we are practicing it.
那就算是佛法而言也是如此啊。那我们今天所修持的佛法是来自于佛陀，那佛陀苦苦寻思那么多年所得到了修行的成果，那就免费的送给我们，我们就是修行他的，照他的话去做、去修、去行就是了。所以我们坐享其成，这是多么大的一种方便跟功德跟恩德啊。
Yeah, so this is I just want to say because what Einstein said, and so which is what we are saying here is quite corresponding, because all the good things that we are enjoying. So even if you wear a branded clothes, so if there is no other people, so how can you enjoy? So you will not you will not able to show other people if there's no other people. Yeah.
所以呢，这个仁波切想要告诉我们，就是说这个佛陀这个爱因斯坦的这个智慧的卷语，跟佛陀所讲过的智慧的金句，正是不谋而合的。所以，即便你今天穿的是名牌货，那如果是没有别人为你制造这个衣服的话，没有人去看你穿的这个名牌的话，你这个名牌的存在是毫无意义跟价值。所以今天你是大富大贵，穿的是名牌的用品的话，那其实也必须要依靠别人，才有你目前的这个穿名牌的这个行为，才有它的价值跟它的意义。
Okay, so we will stop here today.
今天我们就说到这边。
What is okay? So we will do dedication now. Sanam de tamje zipa nye topne nye balaban choba ye siben solen dawa ra sho.